It started like every Thursday. Same booth, same server, same, "You getting the usual?" Before the menus even opened, she slid a folded note across the table that said, "Tonight we're playing a game called Keep the Spark Alive Date Ideas." The rules were simple. They had to order for each other and pick one new thing neither had tried. He blinked, then smiled like the first day back at the county fair. She chose the seasonal pasta with lemon and fresh herbs. He chose the wood-fired flatbread with peaches and a drizzle that made the whole table smell like summer evening warmth. The food tasted brighter because it came wrapped in surprise and trust. Welcome to Whispered Hearts, English, where we turn ordinary nights into little stories you'll want to tell again. Around here, romance isn't about perfection. It's about play, attention, and tiny risks that make you grin on the drive home. If that sounds like the kind of love you're building, you're in the right booth. Why do new experiences feel so electric, even when they're small? Research shows our brains wake up with novelty, especially when it's shared. New sights, new flavors, even a new route home ask your attention to show up. When attention shows up, affection follows. Which simple switch-up could wake up your next date night? But there's a quieter reason fresh plans matter, and it can change the whole year. Routines build safety, and safety is gorgeous. Still, routine can sand the shine off the moments you used to savor. The trick is weaving surprise into the safety you've already built, so joy has a place to land. Let's start with a date you can plan in 20 minutes and pull off on the cheap. Make a DIY picnic that feels like a secret. Brown paper bags, handwritten labels, a thrifted blanket in the trunk, and a playlist you made just for tonight. The park doesn't have to be fancy if the intention is. Pick a theme that tickles you both. Farmers market finds with berries that stain your fingers. A childhood throwback with peanut butter, apple slices, and a thermos of cocoa, even if the air is crisp. Or a color night where everything is green or gold. What 3 foods would make your picnic feel playful and yours? Add one small flourish that costs almost nothing, but feels like something. A tiny glass jar of wild flowers. A photo printed from your phone and tucked into a napkin as a surprise. A card that says, "Open when you need a smile at work." These are affordable romantic dates because they're powered by care, not price. Which flourish would you try? Before we jump to the kitchen, here's a little teaser that flips the script. The most fun couple activities don't always happen out in the world. Sometimes the best adventures happen at your own stove, with flour on your shirt and a timer ticking down like a game show. Are you ready to cook up a memory? Plan a make-at-home cooking class. Watch a short video together and pause it like a coach at a chalkboard. Divide the mission. One of you seasons, one of you stirs, and you both taste. Set the table with the good plates you keep for guests. Tonight, you're the guests. Go for something just outside your comfort zone. Hand-cut noodles that feel like Play-Doh for grown-ups. A sauce you've never tried, bright with citrus or smoky with paprika. Toast each other for trying, not for getting it perfect. What recipe would make you both laugh and lean in? If something burns or a step goes sideways, that's the moment to practice a tiny repair. Keep your voices low, your faces kind. Say, "I'm on your side here. Let's rescue what we can, and next time I'll chop smaller." Then plate what worked and celebrate the attempt. How would it feel if a kitchen mishap turned into a memory instead of a mood? There's magic in the couch too, if you give it a theme. Build a movie night that doubles as a mini-escape. Choose a decade, a city, or a vibe. Dress one step up from usual. Cozy sweaters for autumn or bright teas for a summer throwback, and match your snacks to the theme. Add a pre-show trailer block of your own making. 2 short clips you each pick to set the tone. Make a snack board with popcorn, dark chocolate, and something salty that crunches loud enough to cover your gasps. Keep your phones across the room and speak the line you both love in unison. Which themed movie night would make you both goofy happy? If you like games, fold one into the night. Predict 3 lines you think will be said and see who gets closest. Pause once to trade favorite moments. Leave a sticky note on the DVD case or streaming page with a sentence about why this film felt like us. What would your sticky note say? Here's a curiosity spike to carry you outside the house. Imagine a date that starts with a highway you've driven 100 times. Now imagine missing your usual exit on purpose to discover a town you've never walked. What if the best memory this month lives 1 exit past your routine? Take a mini road trip that fits into an afternoon. Roll the windows down and let the wind comb through a long week. Stop at a diner with squeaky stools and split a milkshake. Wander 2 blocks past the main street, point out the old brick corners, and take a mural selfie like tourists in your own state. Where would you go if you had 4 hours and $40? Seasons can guide the mood. In autumn, pick a route that glows with leaves and listen to the ground sound like paper under your shoes. In spring, chase the smell of rain through a street of blooming trees and let the air feel new on your skin. In winter, bundle up for a short walk to pick up hot pretzels and watch your breath rise. In summer, find a lake at golden hour and let the sky do the heavy lifting. Which season is calling you right now? Sometimes the best dates don't center you at all. Find a volunteer spot and make strangers part of the story you share. Pack care kits, sort donations, join a park cleanup, or walk dogs at a shelter where the tails wag like metronomes. You'll leave a place better and discover new pieces of each other. This is one of those creative date ideas for couples that shapes how you talk later. On the drive home, name 1 small moment that stuck. The way a kid lit up when you handed over a backpack. The way your partner kneels to pet a nervous dog with patience you didn't realize you admired so much. What cause feels like us for the 2 of you? Midway through, a little pause for your heart. You don't need epic plans to feel more alive together. You need intention, play, and kindness when things go sideways. If you need a soft corner of the internet that believes in those things, whispered hearts. English is here to be that gentle place. When was the last time you patted yourselves on the back for trying something new? Now, let's talk about why these fresh plans work so well. Therapists report that novelty helps couples see each other with new eyes. It's less about adrenaline and more about attention. Shared attention is like a spotlight, and wherever it shines, warmth grows. Where would you like to aim the light next? Turn any plan into a memory maker with 3 simple layers. Start with a prelude. Send a 1-line text that tees up the night. Meet me in the driveway at 6. Bring your favorite hat. Next, add a peak moment you plan for on purpose, like a sunset stop or a we trade desserts rule. End with an anchor, something tiny you can keep, like a ticket stub, a pressed leaf, or a photo you actually print. Name the night while it's still warm. Peach Flatbread Thursday. The night of the paper leaves. Rainy blockbuster heist. Names help stories stick. A month from now, the name will make you grin in the cereal aisle. What would you name your next date? If the budget is tight or the calendar is packed, shrink the frame. Micro-dates count. 20 minutes at the ice cream window before pickup. A lap around the neighborhood while the casserole cooks. A porch sit with a favorite song and a blanket, even when the air has a bite. Which tiny window could you protect this week? Put a few secret rules in your pocket to upgrade any plan. Switch roles for a night. The person who usually drives takes photos instead. The quiet one runs point at the counter. The planner releases control for 1 hour and says yes to the first idea offered. Which role swap sounds fun, not stressful, right now. Another rule that works like magic. Leave room for a detour. If a street fair appears, pause and wander. If a bookstore calls your name, follow it. The detour is often the page you quote later. What's a detour you'd actually welcome? Dates don't live in isolation. They grow from how you treat each other between plans. If something snags on the way to fun, try a quick repair that keeps the energy light. I'm feeling touchy about time. Can we reset and aim to enjoy what's left? Then choose one small action. Switch the playlist. Take a breath. Offer a hand. How would it feel if the next hiccup became a moment of teamwork instead of tension? Back to the kitchen for one more twist that fits any weekend. Play secret ingredient. Each of you picks one item from the pantry without telling the other. At the buzzer, reveal and build a snack board that somehow welcomes both. It's silly. It's messy. It's exactly the kind of stay-in-love activities that work because laughter does the heavy lifting. There's also beauty in board games that invite banter. Choose a co-op game where you win together, not against each other. Or grab a deck of conversation prompts and let a card pick your next topic. Keep score in the margin of a recipe book or on the inside of a cabinet door where only the two of you ever look. What would your trophy be if the prize was Best Laugh? Don't forget the outdoors you already own. A sunset walk can carry more charge than a crowded restaurant. Take the long loop past porches and pines. Spot the house with string lights that always seem to be left up on purpose, and make up a story about the people who live there. How does the neighborhood look different when you walk it hand in hand? If weather crowds you in, bring the sky inside. Hang a cheap star projector for a planetarium on the couch. Make cocoa in mugs that clink like church bells. Lie shoulder to shoulder and point out fake constellations with real names that only the two of you will ever use. Which constellation would you invent? On your mini road trip, give yourselves a soundtrack swap. For 10 minutes you choose, for 10 minutes they choose. No commentary, just listening with curiosity. Later, say one line about what you heard that made you feel closer. This is affordable, fast, and strangely tender. What song would you offer first? If you have kids, fold them into the story without losing your own. Host a family pancake night where the two of you share a wink over the batter bowl. Then claim a grown-up half-hour after bedtime, even if all you do is sit on the floor and stretch. Prioritizing you makes the whole house steadier. Where could you carve 30 minutes that belong to just you two? Here's a tip that keeps momentum alive. Book the next date before the current one ends. Pull out calendars at the ice cream shop and put a heart on a day, even if you don't know the plan yet. Anticipation is its own kind of joy. What day this month could hold something fun? If you're the skeptical one, you're not wrong to be cautious. Not every plan lands. That's okay. You're experimenting with your own happiness, and that's a worthy hobby. Keep the attempts gentle. Keep the feedback kind. Loved the drive. Next time, let's skip the flea market. What small adjustment would help you try again? For the Memory Maker section, build a ritual you repeat across dates. A start photo in the car with goofy faces. A 10-second recap voice memo after you park at home. a tiny envelope on the fridge labeled Adventures that slowly fills with movie stubs, pressed leaves, and scribbles. Which ritual feels easiest to adopt? You can also tie your dates to the seasons and let the year carry some of the creative load. Autumn means cider flights and corn mazes where you hold on through the turns. Winter means a slow museum stroll with scarves tucked up to your chin. Spring means farmers' market dares, where you each pick a weird vegetable and learn to cook it. Summer means free concerts in the park, where you dance badly on purpose. Which season is your favorite to fall in love in again? Before we land, remember that joy is a practice. You won't always feel like going out, dressing up, or trying a new road. Sometimes the date will be lighting a candle at the kitchen table and making a grilled cheese with fancy mustard, because that's what fits. It still counts. What's the smallest, kindest version of date night you could give yourselves this week? Here's your tiny challenge that turns maybe into a memory. Pick one idea and schedule it right now, before the tab closes and the day pulls you into its to-do list. Text your partner a one-line teaser. Put a heart on the calendar. Then do the thing. Which date idea would you try first? Tell us in the comments. Thank you for being here and for being brave enough to play again. If these creative date nights made you smile, if the affordable choices felt like relief, or if your shoulders dropped at the thought of trying something light, we're cheering you on. Whispered Hearts. English is a quiet corner where your love story gets to keep unfolding, one ordinary evening at a time. What will you plan before bed? In the end, staying in love isn't about doing more. It's about doing small things with attention and a willingness to be delighted. You don't need a passport to feel new to each other. You need intention, a bit of silliness, and a promise to show up even when the day ran long. When you need inspiration, come back to this list of keep the spark alive date ideas and let joy lead you out the front door.